Hey guys, you're probably wondering why I'm all dressed up, and for those who watch me regularly, why am I talking English? Simple reason, I'm going to meet Chris Haye. Chris Haye is a British sim racing YouTuber who currently has 40,000 subscribers. Congrats from my side. Chris is producing high quality review videos with a high cinematic production value. I could call him a role model on YouTube. He also has a show mic. I'm really envious of it. It makes his deep voice even deeper. I mean, that man should start a podcast. Adding up to his voice, he has a Black Falcon cup, and damn, I love this cup. And come on, who can resist that?
I was lucky enough to get a chance to do just that
He agreed to do an interview with me, and I sent him the questions in advance, and I'm really excited for it. He should be there any minute. I'm just going to prepare some things. Hopefully he isn't there and I'm late, but we'll be okay. Okay, I'm a little late now. I hope it won't bother him. I already see that he's on Discord. I will quickly join. Hey Chris, sorry that I'm late. I hope I don't ruin the mood now.
I think you've set the tone for the whole thing there in the first 4 seconds.
I'm just sorry. I hope you're still there for the questions, man. I really prepared a lot for this.
Let's try and get like one serious question out of the way. Just one.
Yeah, those questions are serious. No worries. I mean, you already read all the questions, right? I sent them to you. Should I send them again?
Oh, we've already got contact. That's it's not good.
Okay, sorry. I thought you gave me the offer to do so. I mean, you have thought there will be an interview, right?
Saw it coming, but there's not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately.
All right, let's just start the interview then. I'll quickly greet the audience. What's up?
Hello, fellow sim racers. Chris Haye here. Felly has sent me some amazing questions to answer on his channel, so I'm just going to dive right in.
Okay, I thought I was going to do it. I will read the questions if it's okay for you. So, do you think that the latest push from the media caused by all the replacement Grand Prix is gonna be a positive benefit for the perception of sim racing to the outside?
Yeah, I think that's a really important question. And honestly, I was actually going to do a video about it this week and then kind of got cold
great.
feet.
And now you're advertising your own videos on my channel as well. Back to the questions. I mean, there were two events, one by Veloce and the other one by Formula One themselves. What did you think about the one from Veloce?
I think they were really good for sim racing. They highlighted what sim racing can do very, very well.
Yeah, I would completely agree to you. I mean, the organization of this event was just marvelous. There were practically not really big incidents, so it was really clean racing. I mean, there was the one from VLN as well. This was also like with big teams. I think Walkenhorst themselves had a team. So I think the Veloce one was a real success as well. And what about the event from the official F1 organizers? Do you think that this positive perception of sim racing, although it was very chaotic, is also kind of seen as well on this? Do you think it has the same impact?
Not so much. I think the setup they had, where there were a couple of modern F1 drivers, a couple of older F1 drivers that are now retired, and a whole bunch of journalists and influencers and stuff, produced really bad racing. And I don't think that was a great advert for F1 esports. And it was a massive missed opportunity for me, because I think F1 esports over the last couple of years has grown to be an incredibly professional product with great racing, great drivers, a really slick production.
Yes, the F1 esports series really is professional. I mean, they were really gambling with sponsors with that race, and I don't know if it was a real success myself, because I mean, Lando was black flagged, everyone was just crashing into each other, it wasn't the full distance, and I think it really gives a bad impression of what the normal esports is. And I think that the Veloce one really portrayed what good esport is, and the F1 side was more like, the funny side of it. But I don't know if I think it would have been better if it was switched, because then the bigger picture would have been with the more serious side.
It missed all of that. And we had this huge opportunity to show what esports can do to a brand new audience, an audience of Formula One fans. And sadly, the show that was put on did not represent actually what F1 esports does at all very well. So I think that kind of sums up where I'm at.
Yes, you really evaluated your point of view. So, coming to the second question. is sim racing going to be the only way to access old and powerful petrol cars in 20 years' time?
I don't think powerful petrol-powered cars will be completely gone in 20 years' time. We won't be using them as a mode of transport, I'm sure. They certainly won't be on sale from the likes of, Ford and Toyota for your average, Corolla or Focus. There won't be petrol variants of them, I'm sure. But equally, I don't think that petrol cars will be outlawed as a classic sort of thing. So much in the same way that you can still drive a 1930s BMW or Mercedes on the road, and it doesn't have to meet modern emission standards or modern safety standards, I feel we'll probably have the same sort of thing. But yeah, in reality, I think sim racing is going to be the best way to enjoy that, much in the same way it is now, because I don't know about you guys, and I don't know about Felly, maybe he's doing a bit better than me, but I don't really have the money to go and drive a Porsche 917K or or a Group C monster on the track, or even on the road in some cases.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm doing better than you. And I mean, driving a Group C car would be an absolute dream for me. Not even speaking of owning one and driving it on the road. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to add. It's practically, I'm really saying the same. And as you said, I mean, it's not really a thing of the future. It's already a thing where we live now, because I'm not able to drive Formula 1 cars. I love GT3 cars, and I'm not able to drive GT3 cars at the moment. So I'm going to do it at the simulator.
Yeah, so I think sim racing is the perfect opportunity for that.
All right. Let's jump to the third question. Do you think that manufacturers should work on sim racing only prototypes like the Peugeot in GT Sport or the Red Bull X 2010?
Interesting. I'm not a fan of that kind of car, because my interest in sim racing comes from real world motorsport. So creating fantasy cars isn't that interesting to me. That being said, it is interesting to a lot of other people, and I think it's interesting to manufacturers as well. And I think we'll definitely see more of that in the future, as manufacturers understand what exactly they have to do with this whole sim racing thing.
All right, yeah. I have nothing to add there. That was pretty clear. So, coming to the fourth question, which is a little bit more personal. So, in general, what tips would you give people that want to create sim racing content on YouTube? What do you think made you grow so fast? And first off, is there a formula for interesting YouTube videos, especially in sim racing, that everyone wants to look at?
Wow, honestly, if I knew the answer to this, then I would probably be able to be a very rich man. So yeah, I guess the first thing I would say is, if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, just do it. Just start making videos. Just make some stuff. It's going to suck to start with. Everyone's does. My videos certainly were awful to start with. You have to learn on your feet with this kind of thing. You could go to film school and you could spend 3 years there and thousands of euros learning how to make videos, and you're still going to have 0 videos after 3 years. If you're making 100 videos a year or 200 videos a year or whatever crazy number, after 3 years you're going to have made 300 or 600 videos, and you're going to be really experienced and have a following. So I think this is one of those things where just learn by doing, and that's the biggest tip I can give.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty important for me as well, because I never visited filmmaking school in any way. I mean, I don't have time for it. I study something else, and I pretty much just got the ability to cut videos by myself and through tutorials. So it's nice to hear someone encouraging you that you should just keep on going, and then success maybe will be there. So speaking of success, I mean, you grew pretty quickly. So what's the reason behind that?
Part of it is because I have a background in marketing, so I have some idea how to market the product and to respond to what people are saying. But I think a lot of it was just finding a bit of a gap in the market for a calm voice in a gaming industry where a lot of the content is quite shouty.
Yeah, I mean, if you have experience in marketing, it always helps. It's always best to promote your videos so many people will get them. And Yeah, it's also, I mean, if you think about it, you really have a niche right there. I mean, sim racing itself is a niche, but as you said with like Jimmy Broadbent and stuff, it's really, yeah, it's shouty. So having a calm voice with a really nice Black Falcon head, there's just nothing that you can do wrong, I think. And I mean, your videos have a completely like different production value in terms of cinematics, so no wonder that you get so high. Yeah, continuing with the last question. So should car manufacturers or manufacturers like Momo or OMP get into the sim racing hardware business?
Well, actually, we've seen that Sparko have. They've got their collaborations with Thrustmaster.
They do, yeah. I mean, I even have like the gloves from Sparko and shoes as well. So I mean, Sparko is already in it, right? But I mean, they're kind of the only ones at the moment.
And they also produce their own rigs and a few other little bits, and sim racing specific seats, which I think from what I've seen are pretty much their normal seats, but not made of carbon fiber. So I think they're already playing in that playground. And I'm honestly surprised that Momo and OMP haven't started to sort of shuffle down that path just yet. I think sim racing is becoming bigger and bigger, and there's a lot of room for those kind of tie-ups. And we're seeing so many real-world automotive manufacturers get involved in sim racing in some way, shape, or form. So the part suppliers being able to get involved is the next logical step, I think.
Yeah, so thank you for being here. It was really a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for the questions, Feli.
Yeah, all right. I hope you enjoyed it, although it started kind of a little bit rough, but I hope it's been great for you, and goodbye.
Well, honestly.
Thank you for watching, guys. As some of you may have noticed, this hasn't been an interview at all. He just sent me his video and his answers, so I could do whatever I want with it. So I decided to kind of cut a little bit of an interview. I really hoped you enjoyed it. Maybe you can leave a like or even subscribe there. Just as a quick disclaimer, everything that has been ruled from Chris's side in this video has been edited by me. I took his voice from different other videos, from Talking Sims or from the van episode, so Chris is actually one of the most wholesome guys I know. Every time he's just super polite and super friendly when he's on the Discord, always feels free to help. So yeah, thanks again for watching the video. Maybe see you next time.